Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Man, and today we're here for an Into the Feelz video. And this video I'd like to preface with a couple notions beforehand. The first of which is the fact that I had been planning to record this video for about 3 weeks, but over time I was just like, well, my comments on the topic aren't going to really matter when I upload the video. So let me not actually record or anything. But a couple weeks later, we're here with more conversations about the topic. So we're here with my thoughts on the topic. The next thing I want to preface this video with is that this video is my opinion on the topic. Let that be understood, that this is my opinion, and this is how I feel about the topic. If you feel differently, you are welcome to feel differently. You are welcome to disagree. You are welcome to agree. That is entirely on you. You decide what you want to do. I will not stop you. But this is how I feel about the topic. So please do me the favor of respecting my opinion, and if you would like to post your opinion on the topic down below, you are most welcome to do so, and maybe we can have a conversation about the topic and see, because I want to see what other people say on the topic, and I want to see what reasoning they have behind it. Now, you guys might be saying, well, hey, what is the topic? The topic in this video is going to be the legality and justification of PKHexing or genning versus regular breeding and legitimate creation. So, to start things off with this video, I think that we need to talk a little bit about what is legal genning, what is legal creation, what is legitimate creation, and what is breeding. For those of you who don't know what breeding is passing egg moves and natures and IVs and all of this to make babies. It's essentially giving birth in Pokemon. It's basically Pokemon reproduction. And there are specific rules on breeding and what egg moves will pass to what, how abilities breed, all of that. There are specific rules to that. But for those of us who breed, or those who breed, they know the rules and they learn them. I can make a separate video on the rules, but I probably won't. But if y'all want me to, I will. So let me know. But so legitimate creation is legitimately breeding, legitimately finding the Pokemon with the egg moves on it, passing the egg moves, and breeding the Pokemon, raising it up to level 100, and then giving it its EVs as well. Sorry, I cannot talk today, but yeah, so that is at least what I believe to be legitimate creation. Breeding by yourself without using a third-party device, aka PKHex, or power saves, or having somebody make it for you. Legitimate creation, in my opinion, is doing it by yourself entirely. Doing it by yourself entirely. Doing everything. Now, if you find a Pokemon that has your egg moves by Wonder Trade, by GTS, props to you. You're still legitimate. Now, the next thing to be understood is, what is genning? Genning is the fast way to create Pokemon. Genning can be done typically by power save or PKHex. PKHex is preferred because PKHex gens a lot more stuff into your game than power saves does, and it saves you time. So PKHexing or power saving is basically, well, power saving is editing, actually both of them are editing your game file so that you have enhancements. Genning will also create a Pokemon for you in about 5 minutes. Give it everything legal and then let it create it. So genning will create a Pokemon for you in about 5 minutes. Or you could create an entire party in 5 minutes, for all that matters. But the notion of genning is fast creation. Now, I figure that before we progress in this video, I should probably go ahead and let you guys know how I feel about PKHexing, genning, power saving, or legitimate breeding. My position on this topic is that I personally, in my own choice, will have somebody gen my Pokemon if I do not have the time to breed, or I have homework to do, or something like that. And I will also breed, depending on the time that I have. So my opinion is that both of these methods of obtaining Pokemon is legitimate. And neither side is incorrect. I am neutral. I am good with either side because I'm going to be honest with you. In 6th gen even, I have used power saves to create League Pokemon in a very, very lengthy process, but I did, as people call it, cheat to get those Pokemon. Because I did not breed them, I did not, self-EV train them, I did not pass the egg moves, I did not breed for hidden powers, I edited something I already had, which is what Power Save and PKHex allows you to do. So my opinion is that both methods are acceptable, and you're welcome to feel that something or one method is cheating or one method is illegal, whatever. You are free to feel however you feel. I feel that both sides of this have legitimate reasoning behind what they want to achieve in their game. And for that reason, for the sake of legitimacy, both are legit. Both are acceptable methods. Outside of VGC, obviously, but most people don't do VGC, some people do. For VGC, breeding is the only method to go, and that's fine. Now, let me kind of lay out what the both sides actually think about PKHex, genning, power saving, and then breeding. So, if you talk to a breeder, a legitimate breeder who creates his Pokemon from scratch, he's gonna say that genning, power saving, PKHexing is a cheating method. It's not fair. It's not legitimate. He's not going to accept that power saving PKHexing is legal. Now, how do I rebut his comment? By simply saying this. You, as a breeder, take, an entire day, if not more than that, to create one Pokemon. I take 5 minutes to create a party of Pokemon. I take 5 minutes to create a team. A team for you will probably take you a week to create. If not less than that, depending on if you want a shiny or not. I can create the team I want in 5 minutes. But at the end of the day, okay? At the end of the day, because the end of the day, legality and performance in game is what matters for the Pokemon. At the end of the day, we have the exact same Pokemon. For example, I'm gonna take Metagross because Metagross is my favorite Pokemon. Now, let's say that somebody wanted a bulky max HP Metagross. Both players take their separate avenues. One player gens his Metagross. Nickname, shiny, egg move, or not egg moves, level up moves, level, shiny, not shiny, nickname, gender, if that applies, everything, gens everything, receives the Pokemon in 5 minutes. Now, that Pokemon, if it's max HP, at level 50 will have 187 HP. Because it's 252 HP. It will have 187 HP, and then the rest of Metagross' stats. Which I don't know off the top of my head. Now let's take a look at that breeder that we were talking about. That breeder is going to breed the exact same Beldum, because he has to breed Beldum with a Ditto or with other Beldums for IV passing. And the Beldum that took me, or the Metagross that took me 5 minutes, the Beldum takes him, let's say, 5 hours, because he's hatching for shiny, and he 5 hours later gets the perfect Jolly Shiny that he wants, because, or I'm sorry, he gets the careful shiny Beldum he wants, because both of these players are making a careful Metagross, especially defensive Metagross. And he gets the careful Beldum by hatching a bunch of Beldums, and it happened to take him, let's say, 3 boxes of storage, because he doesn't have the shiny charm and he got lucky. Okay? So, 5 hours later, he has his Beldum. Now he has to get the level up moves on it, he has to get the correct IVs. If he doesn't already have them, then he has to EV train them. So, and then eventually he'll end up with his max HP Metagross. Again, at level 50, they have the exact same stats. 187 HP with the rest of Metagross' stats, which I don't know off the top of my head. So, what took our breeder 6 hours, given leveling up and EV training and everything else, took our Jenner 5 minutes to do. At the end of the day, however, when they go online, they have the exact same Metagross, given that they use the exact same moveset. Now, you're gonna say, well, they didn't use the same moveset, they are not the same. Yes, they are, because at the end of the day, they are still Metagross. They are still with the same stats. At the end of the day, the only difference is are the moveset and the investments, depending on if one person wanted max attack and max HP, or one person wanted max HP, max speed, or something like that. Those are the only differences between the two. Now, let's, for this situation, say that they're making careful, especially defensive Metagross. Max HP, max Spadef for attack. They're gonna slap a Mega Stone on it and be good. At the end of the day, they are the exact same thing, because they have the exact same stats. They were created differently, but they have the exact same stats. The only difference between the two might be the moveset, but for this scenario, it's not. So the only difference between the two is the trainer name, which is obviously going to be different because they are different people. When you look at it online, whether you gen a Pokemon or you legitimately breed it, it is the exact same thing in the views of the game, in the online legitimacy checker. It is the exact same thing. So why are we fighting? They are the exact same thing. Well, some people, when it comes to PKHex, genning, and all this other stuff, say that it's not fair. Well, tell me how it's not fair. You end up with the exact same thing that the other person does, but they took less time to do it. They took less time to do it. And in that time, they got to have more battles than you did. They got to do, homework that they have to do, or recordings they have to do, depending on if they are a YouTuber. They got editing done if they needed to get editing done. They got so much more stuff done than you got done, because you spent the time breeding while they spent the time genning and then moving on with their lives. So, at the end of the day, though, they're the exact same Pokemon. So, most people who argue that genning legitimacy is not the same thing only do so because, it's not fair. Well, the only thing is there's a loss and exchange of time. That's what it is. It's an exchange of time and what you choose to do with it. Because every person, excuse the little thing by the way, every person is different. Every person has different choices in what they do. For example, I right now am recording this video. I don't have to be recording this video right now. I could have gone to do homework first, but I chose to record this video. What is this? Oh, Skype. Shout out to, Google thing open. Hold on. Hold on, what the fuck? Okay. Get this off my screen. Go ahead. Sorry about that. I'll just delete this probably. They chose to record this, or I'm sorry. Let's get back. So I chose to record this video right now. I didn't have to do that. I could have said, let me go do homework. Same notion for the person using power saves versus PKHex versus legitimate breeding. They could have said, well, I don't have the time to breed, or I don't have the time to breed and EV train, so I'll just gen and move on with my life. Because I choose to gen. And that is a legitimate choice. Because again, at the end of the day, it is the exact same thing. Well, other people are going to say, well, hey, I can't afford to get a power save dongle to be able to do this, so I have to breed. No, you don't. You got a whole bunch of other people in the community, friends, whatever have you, who will gen for you. Nowadays, a lot more people are actually getting PKHex for the sake of effective Pokemon creation. I'm sorry, not effective. Efficient is the correct word. Efficient Pokemon creation, so that there is not an issue and they don't have to spend 7 hours breeding something that takes them like 7 minutes to make. Well, then you're gonna say, well, I don't have a computer that can get PKHex, or I don't know how to get PKHex. Let me answer both of those with two different things. One, I don't know how to get PKHex. Look it up on YouTube. Get it from there. You might say, well, my computer can't handle it. Have somebody else gen for you. You cannot say that I cannot gen because I cannot gen. Now, some people also will say, well, it's not right. Okay? And I completely respect you for saying that. That is your choice, but at the end of the day, once again, it is your choice. So you cannot say, as a moral person, you cannot say that, God damn it, you cannot say that somebody else's choice is not the correct choice. You cannot say that. You cannot, because it is their choice, it is their life, it is what they want to do. Let them do what they're doing. Excuse Skype if it just so happens to come up and it's like y'all can actually hear the Skype. I apologize. We have a little something coming in the near future, and I'm not going to spoil it now, but Skype is a thing. So let's keep going. So some people, you can't say that somebody choosing to do PKHex versus legitimately breeding is wrong. It is their choice. They can do whatever they want. They are free choice people. So for example, let me take this into another example. You, by saying you cannot do this, as in you cannot use PKHex or it's illegal, is like saying you cannot go to and I don't want to bring history into this, but it's like you're saying to and again, I'm not being racist when I say this, but It's hypothetically like saying to a black, or I'm sorry, not to a black person, to a woman that, hey, you can't go to this school because the school is still segregated. It's the exact same idea. You cannot do, well, no, that's a bad example. So, hold on, give me a minute to think of the example here. So, you can't say to someone that you doing this is the wrong thing to do. It's like saying that somebody has the same project that you do from school, but the way they decided to approach the project is wrong because it's not the same thing you went with. However, at the end of the day, it achieves the project's goal regardless. Whether you did it this way or the other way, it achieves the project's goal regardless. So you can't say that. Well, then people are going to say, well, what of all the time? Again, the time is your choice. You could be doing something else with your time. You could have somebody gen your team for you, and then you could, play online with that team or something like that. Jesus, they are sending so many messages. Okay, but like, you could do like homework, you could watch YouTube videos, you could do so many other things, but you choose to breed. So it is your choice, it is your consequences. What do you lose and gain from this? And that's, I think, the last thing that we're going to cover is loss, gain, and then morality behind it. What do you lose by breeding? Losing by breeding, you lose time, you lose opportunity to do 7 other things. What do you lose by genning? You could, and I'm not saying everybody will, but you could lose the feeling that this is this is my project, that I did this, I worked so hard to create this shiny Pokemon by breeding. You could lose the thrill if breeding brings you a thrill. But you could have just as much thrill by genning it and just be like, well, I got it regardless, right? So there are different approaches to that. So I think again, you don't really lose anything by genning, because at the end of the day, you end up with the exact same thing. And I don't know, like, as far as breeding versus genning and the morality is concerned, I believe that it is a choice, and neither side is incorrect. Now, other people are going to say, well, this makes this incorrect. That's, again, your position, your thing. Respect other people's position. If they don't like something, you don't have to like it, but don't push it on somebody else. If you don't like the fact that somebody gens by PKHex, if you don't like it, tell them. Don't impose your beliefs on somebody and don't force your beliefs to be right. They may be right to you, they may not be to others. It is everybody's choice. And I think, honestly, genning is the faster way out. Well, then you're going to say, well, you're cheating your way out. No, I chose to. I could breed if I wanted to, but I want to be more efficient. The argument to legitimize genning is efficiency, and it is a legitimate one. Okay? It is a legitimate one. But my goal with this is, here are my thoughts, and my thoughts are this. If you believe that genning by PKHex is correct and justified and acceptable, do it. If somebody says otherwise, let them believe what they want to say. Let them say what they want to say. Let them believe what they want to believe. You don't have to accept what they believe. If they believe something other than you, if they believe something that you don't believe, let them. Don't let them impose their beliefs on you. You do you. Every single day. You do you. because you are you at the end of the day. You do what you want to do, because it is your life, it is your decision, it is your game, it is your 3DS, it is your computer, it is you. You do you. Okay? Now, the last thing I want to cover in this video is genning for the betterment of people. Because I've seen some content creators, and I'm not going to call anybody out because that's not the goal of this video. I'm not calling anybody out, and I'm not saying you're doing a bad thing. But I've seen people genning Pokemon to give away. Now, I'm not attacking anyone. It's your decision. You do you, as I said before. You're genning Pokemon to give away to somebody else. Your argument, I believe, is that it's more efficient for me to gen these Pokemon to give away as a prize. And if as a way of saying thank you, as a prize, as a whatever. And if that's the way you believe, then you do you. Do not let somebody stop you because they say, well, hey, he's genning Pokemon because he wants to give them away. Well, hey, you're getting a free Pokemon regardless. You best be happy you got it. At the end of the day, you best be happy you got it. Because if he didn't gen it for you, you wouldn't have gotten it. So there's your argument there. So as far as genning is concerned, whether it be for yourself, for others, as a giveaway, whatever, you do you, okay? That is my position on this. That is how I feel. If you agree, then shoutouts to you. If you disagree, I'd love to hear your side on things. Comment down below, and maybe we can have a conversation. If you would like to spread this video around to your friends, showcase it, because as you'll notice that I'm okay with either side. I'm neutral. Here are my beliefs on the system. So if you want to showcase this to, your friends or something, be sure to do that because it means a lot to me. And if you enjoyed my little rant on the legitimacy of PKHexing versus breeding, which I'll answer the question of whether it's legitimate or not. Both methods are legitimate. Whichever you choose to do is up to you, and you do you. That's it. So if you want to speak your opinion, feel free to do down below. If you want to spread this video to your friends, please do so. I'm not stopping you. If you enjoy what you heard in this little rant, because again, there's nothing on the screen, I figure you would have figured this out by now, but if there's nothing else on the screen, then you are free to tab out. But if you want to showcase this to your friends, feel free to do so. If you enjoyed what you saw, then be sure to leave a like, comment down below with what you believe on this topic, and be sure to follow me on Twitter so that you don't miss out on anything related to my content or anything related to my life, because you never know what I'm going to tweet, so don't miss out. If you're interested to see what else this channel can bring to the community, then be sure to leave a like and drop a sub, because you don't want to miss out on anything we have to upload here, do you? But I really hope this video wasn't super long, but I needed to get my opinion out, and I'm sorry if it's super long. Listen to the portions you want to listen to. You don't have to listen, honestly, if you don't want to. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and call it a video. And until the next video, this is your boy, Man, out of here. Bye, y'all.